then we'll keep going from there.
Details of the Apple investment going into this. So the newest piece of news that we got from that was the president floating that he's looking at tariffs of approximately 100% coming in, tariffs on all semiconductors imported into the United States. He did caveat that just a little bit, saying that any companies that are making a commitment to build or are already building in the U.S. would potentially be exempt from that, but 100% tariffs on all chips coming into the U.S. would have major impact on the industry and of the many, many end users, as you know, of foreign-made chips. So we do have to wait and see. That's a result of the national security investigation on Section 232 that is still ongoing, but I have been told to anticipate that potentially wrapping up sometime this month. So for the first time there, the president telling us what sort of tariff he's considering, now saying up to 100%. I will say we could see exemptions on that, so we have to wait and see. But we also could see it being broader than just semiconductors and actually hitting derivative users or derivative products that contain semiconductors as well. So potentially big news there coming out of this Oval Office spring, Melissa.
All right. Yeah, again, as soon as it broke live, right, it felt like he was trolling. It felt like it wasn't serious. Like, the caveat is if you commit to investing, well, a bunch of these companies are committed to investing, including NVIDIA and AMD. So you're likely not going to get that much pain associated with this new quote-unquote tariff on semis. And some of the major semiconductor companies. Duolingo right here, still up 20% after hours. And Apple really getting some love, folks. This is the best day for Apple after hours and intraday since May. Up almost 7%, 216 on Apple. 216 on Apple. Obviously, I also committed. Yes, I also committed to investing in the United States. Now I need a tax exemption or something. Now I need a tax exemption. TSM, is that moving up after hours? TSM, wow, TSM 2.3. All the semiconductor stocks are loving it. Trump says 100% tariff. Street freaks out for like 20 minutes after hours. Then the clarity comes in. Street goes back up. I mean, this is 3 years of this, folks. Gotta enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy it while it lasts. We have the commander in chief. By the way, I was reading some stuff yesterday. Apparently, Trump, text instruments as well, after hours. Apparently, Trump is going to be endorsing, very preliminary, but there are rumors going around that Trump is going to be endorsing a Vance Rubio 2028 Republican ticket. Vance Rubio. Which makes sense because literally Vance and Rubio were trying to make sure that nothing that Trump did in his last term as president gets erased, because you have some other wild card Republican or you have some Democrat, and a lot of this stuff, this tariff stuff is not the law of the land. It can get changed from every time. So 4 years, you have someone else who just doesn't want tariffs anymore. Look, it's not. Vance and Rubio probably would try to repeat his legacy. And so I guess we'll continue to see how that plays out. Lyft right here still down 4%, then Joby. Joby is down 1%. Let's get a little bit more coverage on Apple. Let's see what Mr. Gene Munster has to say about it. He has been bullish on Apple all year. Here's his statement on that.
Tariffed, and I would just give the context of the conversation. I think that one of the key percenters not on Apple's side, as far as if that doesn't happen, it sounds like there's going to be some sort of a clawback for the tariffs that aren't there. So at the highest level, I don't see this as any operational change. I see this as yet another stroke of genius from Tim Cook at navigating a pretty unpredictable environment. But from like a margin perspective or like a substance of how Apple does business, they're still going to be assembling these in other countries, still be very dependent upon China and India.
Right. Gene, thanks for sticking with us.
All right. Tim Cook kissed the ring, and as a result, his stock is up 6% on the day. Wow, Apple 218, baby. 0.4%. Yeah, I don't know it, but I have it in my draft. I gotta test something. Does anyone know the Excel formula for updating stocks after hours? Like, how do we do that? Is there a way to do that? Is anyone an Excel wizard? It's Google Finance is the. Hold on, let me see. I think someone sent me a link a while ago. They made like a little website for our stock draft. Let's see if that has the updated after hours. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. I would really want to see what it looks like after hours. Let's see if I can pull this up. Apple right here, really getting some love here. Almost 220, 218 after hours. Wow, dude, it might hit 220. It might be coming over 220. Let me see. Spy's moving up too. Well, if Apple is moving up, Spy's going to move up. Apple is moving up. Wow, S&P's almost 633. Yeah, you're going to get that. You are going to get that. Given how much Apple is important. By the way, I'll be doing a Twitter Spaces at 8:30 with Go-Kart, aka Adam. He's a friend of the channel. He's very deep in the Apple discovery business. So I will be doing a Twitter Spaces with him tonight. And we will be talking all things Apple. So we'll be talking about that as well. Trump's market once again, correct. Why? Oh, I think I got it. Does this have after hours? Let's see. No, I don't think it does either. All right, we're gonna have to wait. Yeah, we're gonna have to. All right, so we'll wait till tomorrow. It's a big stuff. We'll see. But yeah, dude, this is great for the S&P. This is great for the S&P. Apple already added 230 million investment. Yeah. It's like when Spotify announced $100 million for Joe Rogan back in 2020. They're stocking $5 billion on that announcement. We're seeing it after hours. And $100 million for 500 or $5 billion is not enough. So it's not the worst thing. Earnings tomorrow are also going to be a ton. Earnings tomorrow, we got a lot, even though today was a lot. So tomorrow morning, we have Eli Lilly Pharmaceutical, we have Celsius, D-Day, Quantum, Datadog, Crocs, Warner Brothers, Peloton, Yeti. I know Bill Money likes that. Hertz, Shark Ninja, Huddy Mining, Brookfield, Solar Edge, and Papa John's Pizza. After the closing, Soundhound, Trade Desk, Block, Smart, Pinterest, Twilio, Monster, Serve Robotics, CleanSpark, Instacart, MP, Kratos, Rocket Lab, Texas Roadhouse, Wayne Hotels, Sweetgreens, Dropbox, ABCL, GoDaddy, and Take-Two. So, and last one. So we got a lot of companies after hours tomorrow. And market lugs. Google buying, I think TI doesn't provide it. We'd have to do some screen scraping. But, all right, so we'll wait for tomorrow. But Dutch Bros is great for that money. Apple Oven is kind of a plateau. I think that's the worst case scenario. It was when Apple was making, now it's not the worst. AMD sucked for me today, but Duolingo, that 27% decline should now be more than 10%, which is not too bad. And Grab was up 14%, now it's up 1%. Then Apple I was up 8% on. If Apple gets to 220, yeah, that'll be close to 10% too. Should see some more. Elon's live? Elon's live? Why is Elon live? What the heck's Elon talking about? You guys want to hear Elon? What is? I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's get this. We don't have to listen to all of it, but let's just see if there's.
And the acid test for that is running things on the system. And that's why we're interested in being as specific as possible with products, so that we can there you can see a product service and say that yes, that's needed. And it can be at an individual level or at a corporate level. Going back to what I was saying earlier, we have we have the wealthiest audience, we have the most influential audience in the world on this platform.
My specific question was, given the evolving media landscape and the growing importance of real-time engagement, particularly in live sports, you know, how do you plan at X to leverage its platform to not only enhance the live sports experience with engineering, product resources, but also, you know, enhancements, you know, as we think about redefining.
Okay, they're talking about X advertising. That's not the most exciting stuff. If anyone wants to listen to that, you can look for it. But he's talking about how to make X a better platform for advertisers. I don't know why they care that much about advertising anymore, because XAI bought the product. I know they need to make money, but like, I mean, they also kind of don't really need to make that much money because it's done. It's been applied. There's no public shareholders. Apple up 3% after hours, hit 220.7. But it looks like a lot of the data. Dude, Apple coming back is really good for the stock. Like, it's not bad. We will have technical Tuesday with JC, guys. Tomorrow, yesterday was AMD. Yeah, there was no way in hell most of the people that were about technical Tuesday. Some of you would have. But the AMD.
Where can I build it? Should I build it in here?
There's just no way.
I don't think it's a good idea to build it in here.
If AMD has earnings, so.
It's probably a better idea to
That's
build it
what he's saying,
outside.
but he will be back on Tuesday next week. He also
Realistically,
has, you know that whole shot clock idea where
I could maybe over here, like maybe like somewhere over
their
here.
revenue from 100 million is 100 million from Rock.
Work.
Yeah, but I'm not saying XAI is making a lot of money. And it would be nice for X advertising to make more money, but X is not an
If it's
advertising.
loud, don't I have the deep dark over here?
It's just not, dude. The ads on X are not good. They're pretty damn shitty. It's not Facebook level, Instagram level, or TikTok level. They're not going to make it better, no matter how much they try. I mean, they can make the AI targeting a little bit better, but you just don't have the user base that Instagram and TikTok has. And on X, you don't have a lot of moderation. Instagram in particular, you have a lot more stuff to do on X. There's some crazy shit pop up on there. Because Elon's kind of taking away the whole censorship stuff. And, like, I believe in that from a philosophical perspective. From a money perspective, if I'm an advertiser, it's hard to attract tons of advertisers when you have a lot of stuff on the platform. So I've never seen it as an advertiser. I think they need to go for premium, but the problem is the premium is a lot. I think, yeah, the bots have not been resolved, but every day I spend at least 20 minutes of my day deleting bots. That's the worst part of it. It's been 2 years since you bought it. But like, how did they not figure out the bot? I don't get it. Physically, you can't do that. They will keep raising money, otherwise the bills rock.
Okay,
They can't track advertisers, but
so,
it's not life or death for them anymore. Obviously, it's a good
yeah, let me...
Also, I can get paid for X, like they pay creators. My payments have been down. So basically, the most amount I got from X on every 2 weeks is basically $1,400, which is really good. That's great. But recently, it was 800. A lot of people are making the big $1 grand. I went down to $1 grand. So it's and that's just. And I don't do X to get paid. I do X to build the brand. Back in the day is nice, but the advertising rates across the board went down, which means creators got paid less. So it's not really a platform to consistently make any income. And also, one can argue that monetary incentive has made the platform a little worse because I don't make my post thinking of how many fans I'm going to get. I make my post thinking of, hey, like, is the content going to be valuable to someone who reads it? And if there's a lot more viewership, then there will be more ads. But you got a lot of people gaming it and just trying to get ads. It's pretty diverse. That's not the best for accent.
Sapling returns are no longer a concern.
But I do think Elon's right. It is the best platform for influential people. They're not on Instagram or TikTok, but people that like to be
Keep in mind, this farm requires bone meal to operate. As usual, you can use any variant of fence gate, trapdoor, solid block, slab, and stair. It's a good idea to have some extra building blocks on hand as well.
Dutch Bros 16% after hours. We'll go deeper into the earnings.
You will need a minimum of 21 by 19 blocks, with at least 25 blocks of vertical clearance. This farm is directional, meaning it must be built facing in the correct way due to how dark and pale oak trees generate. Getting the initial placement is crucial. To make this easier, I will be displaying my direction in the top right corner of the screen so you can follow along accurately. Once the first oak tree, or solid blocks, You will need a minimum of 21 by 19 blocks with at least 25 blocks of vertical clearance. This farm is directional, meaning it must be built facing in the correct way due to how dark and pale oak trees generate. Getting the initial placement is crucial. To make this easier, I will be displaying my direction in the top right corner of the screen so you can follow along accurately. Once the first blocks are placed correctly, maintaining the correct orientation becomes facing west, placing sticky pistons in the cab.
But he like thought, same thing with Robin, he thought the stock would go up, so he started saying he's bullish. When in reality, he's not actually bullish. He's bullish to say he's bullish. He goes down.
Place a block over the piston, then add 2 more as shown. Finally, extend 1 block past the hopper using a slab above it. Place an observer into it, then add dust on top. Next, place dirt on top of the sticky pistons. Then place upwards.
Shane wants a picture. Love that. You always get the picture. Sometimes I'll even ask you, do you want the picture? No hubris. Just be nice. I may be a little hubris. In return for the pic, I asked Shane what he's up to now in the stock market. Oh, Shane seemed mystified that I wanted to know what he was doing. Of course I did, I said. Shane said, you know what I'm doing? I'm buying put options. I said, oh, and what do you buy put options on? Palantir. There you go, Palantir. The path to Palantir rich is being paid on the backs of the quick buyers, those who use options to bet against it. I told him he needed to focus. He was not focusing. If he was betting against Palantir, he wasn't focusing at all. Fortunately, he limited his risk with puts and not outright shorting. He wouldn't have been once if he were short. He wouldn't be able to walk up. Believe me. And look, this short person of Palantir is not alone. Stocks in this market fly when they're heavily shorted. So they can put anything good at it. Give up Cineros for 5 days, the data center networking play. Last quarter, well, I gotta tell you something. It's bombs.
You gotta admit it's entertainment. Like, if anything, it's entertainment, bro. So, I mean, if that's his Palantir analysis. Fortinet down 18, Duolingo up 14, Apple up 2.4, hit 220, now back to 218. Alright folks, is that it? That was a pretty wild after hours. Apple getting some love about the announcement. Most companies beat on their earnings with their stock prices are not reflecting that, which is okay. A lot of these prices, like Joby down 4%, Joby's up 40% the past month, so that's not the craziest thing. The earnings overall.
Okay, so I need to figure out where I can build it. Alright, this is a nice little spot to build because of how empty it is. Now granted,
I did talk to Steve on the phone today. He was in meetings all day, so it was very short. He was on the 5-minute call after some of the meetings. He should be on Friday. And his article will be out on Friday on that board. So we'll talk on Friday. We'll break down. I got a new Duolingo 2 days ago. Congrats. Yeah, looks like a good quarter. I haven't gone through it that deep. It's pretty nice.
be trying to play some blocks now.
Alright, is that it? Are we done? Tomorrow morning, still gonna be kind of wild. All the companies again. We got a lot of them. Eli Lilly, that'll be a big one. Pharmaceuticals, Robo got hits today. Over the past couple days, but a decent amount of companies reporting. And then after this week, going into next week, yeah, it's pretty flat. The week after that, pretty flat. Got some retailers, and then Nvidia, August 27th. That will be a big one. If CrowdStrike, Snowflake, HP, Snow for Salesforce at the same time. That's going to be a big one. Priya says, I'm going to Europe for a 2-week trip. Hopefully I won't have withdrawal system. I'll have it again. Priya, appreciate you. Hopefully you enjoy Europe. Did anybody go on vacation yet? It's not the end of summer yet, but we have a month left. Did anyone actually go on vacation? Like, did you do anything different this summer? The problem whenever I think of going on vacation is I'm like, how do I take the sure. I have to make sure the time works out. But also, I don't want home videos. I'm very happy to go home and not to leave and just be in the studio every day. I'm going to the All-In Summit in September. Oh, that'll be fun. September's going to be a lot of travel. A lot of travel. August is going to be Miami. Again, Miami Forum, I'm going to put it right here. If you signed up recently, you'll probably get an email tonight on next steps. But for everyone else who already made the deposit, you should have got a confirmation email. If not, you'll be getting it probably soon. Again, you'll get the deposit back after the event. But, yeah, if you haven't signed up, there's the form. My last vacation was in 2006. Shark Ninja Small Mind. I don't remember the last time I went on vacation. It's been, I guess India was I went to Spain. InvestXAI says not bad. Maria says I'm going to Spain and Madeira, Portugal, which will be fun. I'm not moving to NYC.
You fucking kidding me, dude? Your fleas are everywhere. Holy shit!
Siege, thank you for the $20 super chat. The show must go on. Yeah, exactly.
You infested me, Roy.
That's true. That money, Chris, they did go to Mexico. So, show must go on. Show must go on. So, thank you, Siege, for the $20 super chat. Also, I enjoy doing the show. That's really some people really love that age. Love is like that peaceful. I not that I hate it. I just that's not. Exciting. I think Matt. Yeah, Matt might join for Earnest on Rocket Lab. He might be the lead. He's definitely going to do the call himself. I'm not going to be sure the call, so he was a lead touchdown what he did when he did the call. Maybe he'll be able to join when the earnings actually come out, but call for sure will be an addition. We'll be doing the show from anywhere next time, live stream from the beach. So sometimes that works in the hotspot sucks, it doesn't work. But it's theoretically but there's going to be a lot of travel next year, that's for sure. So September is going to be a ton of traveling. October is also going to be a ton of traveling. There might be an international trip in October, something I can't talk about yet. But that one is still very preliminary. It might happen, and if it does happen, now the hell would be, because that's like all the way across the country. That's going to be like, I don't think I would be able to do the close. I would be able to do the open. I'd probably miss a bunch of days. That would only be for a week if it happens. It's very preliminary. Don't know if it's going to happen. But it might happen. That's out of it. The rest of the year is going to be crazy. 2026 book. Yeah, it's not Singapore. I'm not going to Singapore. Hopefully 2026. Oh, Grab. Okay, so let me show you. I didn't get to show you the Instagram videos. Grab first. Dude, I love these guys. Get their asses on ice. There's such an audience on Instagram. Let me show you. So this is the CEO, Anthony Tan. Yesterday.
Facing dropper.
Oh, okay.
Leave a 1 block gap to place a direction in the top right corner of the screen, where solo block, slab, and stair. It's a good idea.
2, 3, alright. Well, that's it. Hey, they give me an easy job.
Just need 2.
Well, after Genesis. Sunlight for us, one. So let's not panic. Who's there? How bad when 5 people need to help you? So under pressure, not used to shortage. Outside the time.
idea to be able to operate. As usual, you can use any variant of fence gate, trapdoor, solid block, slab, and stair. It's a good idea to have some extra building blocks on hand as well. You will need a minimum of solid block, slab, and stair. It's a good idea to have some extra building blocks on hand as well. You will need a minimum of 21 by 19 blocks with at least 25 blocks of vertical clearance. This farm is directional, meaning it must be built facing in the correct way due to how dark and you will need a minimum of 21 by 19 blocks.
I love it. That's the simplest many videos on this. And I love it. They actually own Everrising Tile, which is a grocery inside the stage that they bought. Dude, I love it. I love when a CEO is getting into the nitty gritty and actually like doing the work that his merchants and his pickers and his drivers are doing. And one of the things that's so important about this, I shared a video with you guys last week. The guy is very mission oriented. It's like, hey, how do we become a profitable business while not the most underserved in society? AKA the people that are bankless, or the people that are underbanked, and the people that don't have income, and provide them an income by giving them a job, by giving them a purpose in life, by being able to do something. So it's gonna be a long story, but I really like the CEO. I really like the mission. I really like the numbers. I know the stock's not cooperating, it's what it is, but my thesis on the numbers aligned with the mission makes the stock incredibly cheap. And eventually, if metrics in the right direction, the stock price will improve. But I like it. Again, I just think it's very, very hard to find those mission-focused CEO founders that are actually still running the business.
Trees generate.
West. So 19.
This farm is directional, meaning it must be built facing.
So 21 south to north and 19 east to west. South to north is 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21,
Every analyst, by the way, has a buy rating. There's 2 low ratings. No one has a sell rating. But it is not expensive at $4.70. It stayed at
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Let's see this thing shoot up. 18, 19. If you don't want to wait for that to happen, you can do something else. But your case sitting on it, which is that money now, when you lose, then you won't be chasing it off. But when does that happen? No one knows. That's kind of a hard part of the decision. What do you think about Bornhead? Again, not sure why they're down 18%. Aggressive on the 17%. The downside, but that'd be something around.
Just the way it works, I guess.
Okay, I know we need to do options 301. Jason, again, he sent me a bunch of videos yesterday. Jason really rolling out like entire queue. He's also been really busy, but I will try to talk to him this week and see if he can officially get it. I know we do have to do options 301. Grab is already at 20 million at big prices, so don't get worried about the low price. Yeah, but they have 2 billion in cash. They have enterprise value. I mean, look, you got to take up the cash when you're thinking about these growth startups. Same thing with Rock. It's an $8 billion market cap, and they had $6 billion in cash. So the company was worth $2 billion. I was like, wait a second. Like, is Rockford actually worth $2 billion? No. The other Grab's only worth $12 billion. Absolutely not. Granted, either I'm wrong or I'm right about that. No. The market cap to me is not aggressive at all at these levels. I think now it's not even 20, it's like 19. We're gonna see. They're putting up the growth. That's what I like. That's what they control.
What?
That'll be a bit of a again, I think I'll go with this. I'll take 34%. Marco says, amid the other night I was at BJ's with some friends who spent about 10 minutes explaining while you can go for an influencer. Marco, appreciate you, man. Means very good. We have a Costco here. We don't really go BJ's. I have Costco for the weekend. At least where I'm at in Jersey. But I appreciate it. A lot of people have reached out that they found like their friends or their family or something like that. That always means because the word of mouth that is required to grow an audience. It's always very helpful. It means that people found you on the endorsement of someone else. Of course, you guys are making the joke that comes with BJ's. Like it's just like someone can even cue the obligatory weekend. Someone can't even type in the store. It's too predictable. Too. Did Higgins go down today? Higgins 51, 8%. I don't really know what's going to change, but I do know this thing could spike back up to 65 tomorrow. This is just. I haven't seen the Higgins goals going crazy. I haven't seen it complicated. I don't think this is the best round ever. Maybe would you consider selling a 250 December 2025 Apple calls for me low after 17 holiday season? I don't like short-term calls, so no.
Real geekers,
250 I think is aggressive. I think 230-ish. But if you're planning to sell 250 when Apple gets to 230, hopefully if Apple gets to 230 within like a month, then yeah, you should be able to get a decent move on the 250s Decembers. But I do think Apple was at 260 last December, so for it to get back there. And that was on the super cycle more than that ever. You're gonna need to see them on some new AI version. Get stuff too. Don't know why Fortnite's down. I go through the earnings, but I guess there's something they said that was pretty bad. VMNR down 4% after hours. That was up 15% during the day.
Doctor.
But Tanner, grateful I did. That's awesome. It's cool.
In the correct way, due to how dark and pale oak trees generate. Getting the initial placement is crucial. To make this easier, I will be displaying my direction in the top right corner of the screen so you can follow along accurately. Once the first blocks are placed correctly, maintaining the correct orientation becomes much simpler, as you can use those blocks as reference points for the rest of the build. Now, let's get to once the first blocks are placed correctly, some sticky pistons in the gap. Facing west, place 2 blocks right and 1 left, leaving a 2x2 gap in the center. Then add redstone dust as shown and place a 2x2 of upward facing sticky pistons in the gap. Build Oak Tree G. Once the pale oak saplings, 1 for the farm's item filter. I recommend starting with around a stack to
sticky pistons, observers.
Actually, I think next year there's going to be a new place in your state in the U.S. Yeah, next year should be fun. In regards to, dude, I have to finish so many things this afternoon for like to read about. Apparently, if you have people delivering sofas and couches, you need to freaking get a COI, certificate of insurance, and then like you have to get it from your property manager, then you have to send it to your shipper, then they have to send it back to the property manager. There's like so much of this logistical shit to deal with. So I spent the day just getting over that.
Oh my god, I'm so tired of like not having space. Okay, this isn't being used.
Then we were out. I'm not even
This is not being used.
We got 2 weeks. 2 weeks left.
Okay, so I need some redstone. Quite a good amount, actually. I will go back there.
It is not 180 out.
Building blocks, I got the tough. So here, let's the yellow one, right? Where is it?
I would if they had business banking. I would sign up for it.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Did I already freaking lose a choker again?
Once they do that, immediately leave Bank of America forever. Once they give you business banking. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a massive killer for the bricks are not installed yet. I'm excited for you guys to see it. It'll be fun. I'm gonna show you guys the teaser pictures yet. I still haven't fully been in the apartment. I've been in the same model. I'm on the 17th floor. I've been in the 4th floor model, 10th floor model, the 26th floor model. Because I've never actually been able to get into the 17th floor model because there's still people living there. But the 26th floor model was really nice because it was really high up in the sky.
Place to protect against bad RNG. Once the farm has been running for a while, sapling rate.
Couple chests.
It should be good. It should be fun. Apple 220, dude. I love it. Apple participating in this market is so good for Justin. So good for him. Dude, I mean, Tom Lee, he was on CBC again. He said 7,000 in the year. If we're going to 7,000, you need Apple. You really are. You need Tesla. We get 7,000. Hopefully we keep it at the same time. Right now, I business banking app sucks, overdraft fees suck, everything about banking sucks. So I get the whole case for SoFi. SoFi I need a neobank that can actually give me real business banking. So I stay with legacy guys. Otherwise, I would lend to SoFi a lot. It's really hard business. Maybe wrong. Apple right here, 220.30, Nvidia 180.25.
Okay, so we're gonna need, looks like a really good amount of cobble.
You know, the only thing you can do right there
a good amount of cobble, we need iron. Redstone.
It is what it is. I got the Canada part.
So we need iron. Wait, no. Okay, we need iron for the pistons. Bunch of slabs. Just copy this down. Okay, so 34 redstone is what we need. We have 32.
This is the thing that Peter bring up 14% data center revenue growth. It's like kind of scary to buy AMD. They're only growing 14%. Unless you really know AMD. Nvidia, you can definitely count the growth's going to be there. The question is how good is the growth, but it's going to be there. AMD, the growth wasn't there. I'm sorry, 14%. Can't get excited. But if Nvidia can beat the Rays, we get
water buckets.
Makes it exciting. Where they are going. Apple now 220.85. I almost hit 221 here. Almost hit 221. On the balcony. Dude, the thing about where I live is like it's right here.
Okay, I need more redstone.
Jersey City, there's a lot of difference. Jersey City.
I need more redstone. A lot more redstone. A lot more redstone.
The part near the pier, I think it's the Hudson that separates Jersey City and the World Trade. I'll show you guys a picture. I'm not sure this live, but like I'm like 10 minutes away from walking to the World Trade Center. The World Trade Center. I always have this obsession with the World Trade Center. Like this is like an apartment. it's the Hudson, right? Yeah. This is beautiful, bro. This is beautiful. And so just being able to like keep that close to the city. Yeah, man. I just always loved it. Always wanted to be there. But I don't want to live in New York because New York and the taxes are stupid. And I want to come home from New York. But being the taxes in New York, I have to live in New York. So it's really cool. The one thing about the World Trade Center is like I love the World Trade Center. I just this is what I always thought of. I wish they rebuilt the World Trade Center the way that it was. I wish when after 9/11 they rebuilt the Twin Towers to be the because let me show you I'm pretty sure everyone here has seen this, but this to me is the most iconic skyline I've ever seen. My uncle lived in New York when I was little, and he had this pictures every time I went to visit him, and it's just like this is iconic. Look at that! It's the most basic building structure ever built. I think Tom said too. Yeah, look at that. And so like, I took a class on 9/11 back in college, and we watched a lot about
college.
Rebuilt the One World Trade Center. I just wish they
all right, so.
But they had there was a whole when they built it, it was kind of a way to do a memorial for the spots where the Twin Towers fell. And man, that is gorgeous. Look at that skyline. From the old movies when they have the USA skyline, that is just.
Returns are no longer pale oak saplings. One buckets at one given time, but having 3 can make certain RNG. Once the pale oak saplings are buckets at one given time. Here are the materials you'll need to build the farm. You will only ever need 2 water buckets.
But the apartment doesn't have a skyline view. That's what I really wanted. I was not able to find that. NVIDIA almost 181 after hours. Almost. I don't know why NVIDIA though. Alter as well, almost 180 after hours. Tesla almost 320.
Dropper. Piston.
Yeah, we do this after the review. Apple 203 to 220 one day is just nuts, dude. Apple's Apple. I had a feeling I should first come by Apple. It was like 198 before I just stopped drafting. I felt like everyone was so bearish, including myself. I just Apple.
Alright, so I'm gonna make a piston.
There's a trade. I mean, like
wood. I need wood.
For Apple to stay down.
I need wood.
Can you see Steve's farm from there? It'll be cool. New York. To utilize the city itself. So Steve's spy shop is going 25 hours a day. Steve is a treasure. Steve is an absolute treasure. Alright, is that it? My friend just texted me, he said if I grabbed the person was That's why you need friends, bro. First of all, it was not massive, okay? Dude, again, like this is the moment where you either let the pressure change or you just from all the deep out there, hide in this thing for you. But in the short term, when the stocks not precipitating, there's nothing you can do. You gotta live with it. But I think Bitcoin is the Actually, if it works, it'd be great. Yeah, there you go. That was the front. It was funny as that was. Jen Lidney or Joey Potter? I don't know who Jen Lidney is, so I would say Joey Potter. That's who's Jen Lidney? Oh, Jen. She's from Dawson's Creek. I forgot. She was married to me. They have a daughter. I think what's his name? Joey was married to Tom Cruise for a bit. You know, I still think I'm going for Joey Potter. Joey, but Jen is kind of that girl next door. But so is Joey. So is Joey. Personally, I think Jen's a bit more attractive. But Joey's personality for the show is great. Dude, I love this show so much. I think I'm gonna start watching Dawson's Creek. I think I'm starting to over. People that haven't seen Dawson's Creek, I think it's worth watching. I really do. It is a classic. Yeah, Joey is a bigger Tom. Dude, Tom Cruise is like crazy. I saw a documentary the other day about that guy. He does all of his stunts, which is wild. I did not know this guy could do all of his stunts. He like lives on the edge.
Here are the materials you'll need to build the farm. You will only ever need 2 water buckets at one given time, but having 3 can make certain steps a bit more convenient. You'll also need dark oak or pale oak saplings.
Adam says you're a legend today. You make me laugh. That parents Twin Towers and natural resilience message reply. Yeah, that's it. It's a message of hey, we can build back what you guys just read. You know, yeah, there are reasons to do it. I really want to. Apple's still up 3% after hours, and Nvidia.
One for the farm's item.
0.77. All right, I said I was gonna go like commercial go. 7 p.m. Eastern. Wait, was it an overdose? Oh, I think you're right. He thought it was an overdose. I'm wrong. Yeah, it's not suicide. Yeah, I think you're right. It wasn't. And it was right before the movie came out too. He was the best Joker ever. He was like that role. I watched Dark Knight. That role, the Joker was unbelievable. The idea was increase your testosterone. Oh my gosh. Al's not live. I don't have any rant. I can't manufacture a rant. Already have a rant in the market open. This is freaking gross. I was not a fan. I don't like it. He was arguing with you. He told Liliano to stick to making hats. I was like, bro, it's not like, what are you doing?
Buckets at
I
one.
told him. I was like, I don't like it. Don't like it, Chris. I think you're just going out the wrong way. Alright, you were wrong. That's it. So, I think it was a bad thing. I told him to his face. Not a good thing. He is who he is, man. Can't change people. Can't change people. Like, I have, by the way, I mean, some of you guys have been asking about this as well, but they did make up with data here requesting. I know we had our little trouble. Like, I have, by the way, I mean, some. He was arguing with the argument was increase your testosterone. Nigger. Al's not live. I don't have any rant. I can't manufacture a rant. I already had a rant at the end of the market open. Chris's freaking Twitter post. I was not a fan of the post. I told him straight up. I don't like it, bro. He was arguing with, dude, he told Iliano to stick to making hats. I was like, bro, that's not like, what are you doing? I told him straight. I was like, I don't like it. Don't like it, Chris. I think you're just going out the wrong way. Alright, you were wrong. I think that's it. Move on. So I think it was a bad move, and I told him to his face. So it's not a good move. But he is who he is, man. Can't change people. Can't change people. Like I have, you know, I have. By the way, I mean, some of you guys have been asking me about this as well, but I did make up with data-driven investing. I know we had our little public spat as well. I messaged him the other day, and we made up as well. Like to me, when you have public beef with someone and you're burning a bridge, the question is it worth burning?
A ton of coverage.
And with data-driven, I didn't talk about
All right,
my channel.
so
I'm sure a lot of you guys
this
saw it, but he
week,
just pissed me off.
I did it.
He's been kind of
I
rubbing me the wrong way for a while.
ton of
And so I just went off on him. I said, dude, you're really pissing me off. I think you're full of shit. And it is what it is. My comment, I'm sure some of you guys saw it, got like 1,500 likes. His comment got like 200 likes. So obviously, just on a numerical basis, there were a lot of people that agreed that, hey, like, you're being weird for no reason. You're kind of taking shots at it for no reason, and all that stuff, right? He apologized to me a day after. I don't know if his apology got the bond with him over the weekend. My soul was not happy with that being the background. And so I messaged him and I'm like, dude, I needed a month to cool off. It's okay. We're good. I didn't appreciate how you've been talking about me, but we'll move on. He apologized for it, and I said, all right, let's go for it. And that's it. You resolve it and you move on, right? I think you're full of shit. With someone and you're burnt, you're investing. I know we had our little public spat as well. I messaged him the other day and we made up as well. Like to me, when you have public beef with someone and you're burning a bridge, the question is it worth burning? And with data-driven, I didn't talk about it on the channel, but I'm sure a lot of you guys saw it on Twitter. He just pissed me off. Like he's been kind of rubbing me the wrong way for a while, and so I just went off on him. I said, dude, you're really pissing me off, and like I think you're full of shit. And it is what it is. And my comment, I'm sure some of you guys saw it, got like 1,500 likes. His comment got like 200 likes. So obviously, just from a numerical basis, there were a lot of people that agreed that, hey, like you're being weird for no reason, and you're kind of taking shots at it for no reason, and all that stuff, right? He apologized to me a day after. I don't know if his apology brought the bond with him over the weekend. My soul was not happy with that being the background. And so I messaged them and I'm like, dude, I needed a month to cool off. It's okay. We're good. I didn't appreciate how you've been talking about me, but we'll move on. He apologized for it, and I said, all right, let's go for it. And that's it. You resolve it and you move on, right? But when you publicly have beef with someone, you got to be on the right side of the beef. And with data-driven, based on my opinion, and based on a lot of the feedback in the comments and the numerical ratioing of the post compared to his post, I think most people agreed, dude, you're being a dick, and Amit's calling you out for being a dick. And you know, there's been multiple posts where I feel like I could have done it, and I'm in a group chat with Tanner and Roy. I'm like, bro, he's being a dick. I'm about to say something, and Tanner and Roy are like, all right, if you do it, you're burning the bridge. And I stopped myself, because I'm like, you know what, I don't burn bridges. I'm not that type of guy. I shouldn't do it. But then that post came out, I'm like, I don't care, guys. I'm burning this freaking bridge. And I let it go. And Tanner and Roy even understood. They were like, dude, at this point, he pushed you over the edge. But like, at the end of the day, you don't hold that in you don't hold that malice in your heart. And so I said, I don't feel comfortable with that level of burning of the bridge when I know you're not a bad person, but you really pissed me off with that. And so let's resolve it, and we resolve it. Why am I bringing this up? Chris burned a bridge today with the Pound Tree. He's an artist. See, Spencer is hilarious. He's an artist, yes. Chris burned a bridge today with the Pound Tree community, and he really burned a bridge with Ileano and Chad by telling Ileano all you do is sell hats, because that's not all Ileano does. I mean, he is one of the main reasons why Pound Tree is engaging with retail. And so now here's the question: would Chris ever apologize for what he did today? I don't think so. I don't know. Because I didn't apologize to Data Driven. He apologized to me because he realized how mad I was. And the fact that he had the humility to apologize, I appreciate it. But I eventually needed the humility to accept the apology, right? And go from that way. I've also, I think a year and a half ago, I went off on someone that really pissed me off in the comments, and I was definitely in the wrong. And like, they just said something, and like, you know, I'm a bigger creator, and a smaller creator says something. A lot of times they're trying to get attention, but that doesn't mean I have the right. I mean, I have the right, but that doesn't mean I should respond to them in an aggressive way. And I've learned that over the past couple of years. But I did it a year and a half ago, and it just didn't fit right with me. And then I went into their DMs and I apologized. I was like, dude, it wasn't right of me. I was just really pissed off at the moment. Sorry, it was a bit aggressive, and I hope we're still good. And we're still good. Because I'm not that type of guy. I don't have malice in my heart. So with Chris burning the bridges today,
Do you know Ray-Ban and Meta smart glasses can now
the
save
amount of
margins
messages I've
before
got today about this stupid freaking Twitter. For those that don't know, he put out a tweet that said Harp says he's a socialist, but he wears a watch. Therefore, Harp's like a hippie. And yeah, Enrique's in the chat. There you go. Enrique, there you go. He's in the chat right now. Enrique said something. It kind of pissed me off. I responded to him in an aggressive way, and then I think like a day later I messaged him and I was like, dude, like I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. It's kind of stupid. And you move on. You have to have the humility to apologize when you're
10?
Like, humility is the
Dude, I don't even have.
But I think that at least I live my life.
Okay, so I need quartz.
And today Chris was not humble. And the problem is he sold people
I need
for $10.
quartz.
The stock's at freaking 180. Like people just don't have the right to be like, you guys are stupid for investing in pound. It's like no one's going to respect that.
No, exactly. No, he's right. Like, he's a retard. He didn't get in. Accept that you didn't get in.
And if no one's going to respect that, then you're going to go down that path. That's what I was telling him. We were in a group chat. I was in a group chat with him and Steve. I was like, dude, this is like, I'm telling you right now, this does not look good. It's just not. You're going to get like 10 people that hate Palantir that agree with you. And like, that is not the audience you want. Those people are either they just hated Palantir from the beginning, or they missed Palantir. You don't want to have a toxic community filled with people. So, the thing is, you can't change people. I think that the manly thing to do would be to apologize for that tweet publicly and just say I didn't mean to do that. I don't think he's gonna do that. But I'm not telling you guys anything I haven't told him to his face. I'm like, dude, we're still great friends, still love you, you're a big part of my life, but that was not the truth. That was not the posting. You don't isolate yourself again. Also, he loves Palantir, dude. Chris is a veteran. He understands how important this company is for the country. He's never said he hated the company. But his disdain for the valuation, which I get, but it's investing, like it is what it is. Like, okay, you don't like the valuation of Palantir, move on. It's not that serious. There's plenty of other opportunities for you to focus on and build your financial creator brand around without hating on Palantir. And I put a post that was bearish on the valuation.
You're just salty you didn't get in.
It was a low carb team, and that's just not. I don't think that's the right way to do it. I really don't. Just be happy you're getting that 25K. Good, I'm taking that 25K and I'm putting it all in. I don't get Palantir like $300 a share in 5 years. We're taking that for just investing. That's free. That 25K is gonna go right in. Y'all overreacting. It's a tweet. Trust me, bro. We're not overreacting. Like, tweets in good faith that are fun are fun. When you actually burn the bridge between you and a company, and all the company's supporters, and then the company's employees, you effectively say one of the employees is, whatever you want to, whatever adjective you want to put in.
Oh my god, what do I need?
Basically told Ileana that he doesn't need shit in the company besides sell hats. I'm like, that's not a joke anymore. That's just mean.
So 10 repeaters.
That's an aggressive way to frame your relationship against a community.
One comparator.
My community is deep with Palantir. That doesn't mean Chris has to care about Palantir. Steve has not been happy with Palantir for the past 5
Okay,
months.
so here's the one comparator.
But it also doesn't mean you isolate yourself to such an extent. I don't think you guys are upset at Chris over the past couple of days. I've been seeing your comments because of this bearishness on Palantir per se. Like, most people are more mature enough to like, okay, he doesn't like Palantir or whatever. It's the way he presents that bearishness, and that tweet today kind of just presented it like a dick. And I told him that. And that's what people are upset about. That's what people are upset about. Like, a lot of you guys are a fan of the whole Meta glasses, Apple glasses, and I've been pretty bearish on, like, Apple glasses, Meta Vision goggles, whatever. Like, I don't like that as a concept. But I'm not like, oh, you're an idiot if you think that people are going to wear glasses for the next 10 years. That's not the guy. Like, I would never frame it like that. I was like, look, I don't see that happening.
Wait, how many comparators?
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's
Hold
it.
up.
When you're bearish on
So
something,
one
you have to present
comparator
it in a way that acknowledges the bull case from the other side and not isolate
10
the people
repeaters.
that believe
So I need
that's
more
not going on
repeaters.
without making them feel like they're an idiot. Because everyone has their own bullish or bearish perspectives on anything.
This is
much
what I
less
need.
a company or an idea or a product. Unless it's open. Open door is bullshit. Open door is just like, if I'm wrong on that, then I'll say I'm wrong on that. Open door, I think is open. But like, volunteer is not bullshit. You don't nice things. Yeah, Kenneth has been disagreeing with me on this glasses thing for a long time. And to be fair, maybe I do need to be more people. I'm just like, I had this ideological take for a while, and the Vision Pro failed, and so it's kind of like confirmation, but I was like, okay, so prove, but you know, there might be something deeper to it, so I need to analyze it. But it's like, you don't burn a bridge for the company that matters so much. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. No, I don't think Chris is not going to be on the channel anymore. Chris is still a good friend, and he'll be on the channel, and he'll be part of the streams and stuff. I just think there's no point about talking about Foundry anymore. Because at this point, it's going to become like personal when he talks about it, not about the company or the valuation. There's no point of having ad-on attacks on the company. So yes, I talked to Chris about the tweet as soon as the tweet came out. I messaged him and I was like, dude, not the move. Whatever I'm saying to you guys is nothing that I'm not saying.
Having three can make certain steps.
Straight up, it's not the move. If you're gonna post that publicly, I'm gonna respond publicly, like I'm responding right now. We can still be good friends. Like, you're gonna respond publicly. You take such a low blow at the company for a guy wearing a watch. Like, it's not. Like, for someone to say wearing a watch and self-proclaiming you're a socialist means you're a fundamental hypocrite, and that the company's fleecing everybody, if that's the angle you're going after they just reported $1 billion in quarterly revenue, you obviously are not hating Palantir. You're hating the team, and you're hating the fact that you sold them.
6.
And you're taking it on everybody else.
4.
And I don't think that's the best thing to do. My point is, and I told him this, you're putting your ego ahead of like what's actually happening. It's becoming way too emotional. Your ego is getting taken. I think that's the best thing. Steve was not a fan of the tweet. Steve was not a fan of the tweet. Talk to Steve, he was not a fan of it. Steve was just like, why would he say that? He's like, that's not a good. Steve was just like, what the fuck is he doing? He's like, why are you like, publicly attacking Palantir because a guy owns a watch? It's not the right way to go about it. Still a good friend. We'll be on the show anytime. We'll still talk, but I do not think that was the route to go to. And I think all could be forgiven if he just puts out a tweet and says, look, I got a bit too emotional today. I sold Palantir too early. Congrats to the Bulls. I put out a stupid tweet. I think all of us will laugh at it. We'll move on. I don't think anyone will. Like, people have a show up and everything. You know, you just apologize and move on. I think I've learned that, like, when you apologize when you're wrong and you move on, like, your soul feels better. But there are some people that cannot admit when they're wrong.
Here are the materials.
And when they can't admit they're wrong, they just, like, carry that toxic negative energy on them. And then it comes out in all these other different ways. And you just end up not being the happiest person. I'm not talking behind my tweet. Everything I'm telling you guys is what I told Chris. And he posted the tweet publicly. So I'm going to be responding to it publicly. It is what it is. It is what it is. I prefaced my comments with saying, Chris is my friend. No rift between us. He'll be on the show. But I fundamentally just, like, that tweet went viral today in the calendar. I'm obviously someone who talks about content and have to have a response to it. Now, I didn't actually respond to it on Twitter because I don't want to get involved in that. But, like, I'm telling you guys what I told Chris. This is not a good look at all. At all. And if Chris is live, I will say it live to his face. Like I said, this is not a good look. You don't go for logos like that and then say that stuff and burn an entire bridge with a company that's associated with, in a community that you're associated with as well. You can disagree about the valuation, the bear case, whatever, like that. I think that was it. Those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. And I do think, I'll link his Twitter. I do think apologizing. And the reason I brought up the data-driven investment is I've been in Twitter beef before. I've had Twitter beef. I try to stay away from it because now my account is getting to the point where if I meaningfully get into beef with someone, dude, there's so many comments every day that I want to respond to, so many trolls saying such bullshit, and you want to respond to it and just tell them they're full of shit. But then you're like, dude, you have a big following. People will see that, and then you're associated with all that negative energy. But one time I really did it over the past month, which is data driven, because I really got pissed off, and I just sent the tweet. And then, you know, we both resulted. So I've been through Twitter beef before. It's not pretty because everyone sees it. And that's why as soon as he tweeted it, I was trying to tell him, dude, this is not a good look. You got a lot of people in the company across the community that are going to be seeing this stuff. This is not something you want to be associated with. Didn't really matter.
These direct gas bad RNG. Once the pump has been running for a while,
People will be themselves. I think we'll all forget about this soon, but I think Tuesday, quite honestly, is burns and bridges.
As usual,
So
you can be
we'll
setting
already
very
see
that's
a different